It's great to have you here all today for the 2019 National Economics Challenge. I'm Nan Morrison, the CEO of the Council for Economic Education, for those of you who haven't met me yet. This, of course, is our signature event, and we love it. But we're really here for you to celebrate your accomplishments, those of your teachers, in this national and international competition. We have a great group of students here with us today. I've gotten a chance to meet some of you. I've gotten a chance to see quite a number of you present yesterday. Very impressive. And I think you should all give yourselves a great round of applause. We had over 10,000 students from across the country participate in the US Challenge, and China had over 2,300 students this year. That is double the number from last year. We have our top teams here from China today, thanks to our wonderful partner, SKT Education Group in China. I want to thank their founder, Houston Hu, who couldn't be with us today, but their fantastic vice president of product development and a good friend of ours, Jia Dong, is here, and I'd like to give her a round of applause as well. So I know the big deal is Andrew Ross Sorkin this afternoon in CNBC, but I get to do the China Finals Quiz Bowl, and I am really excited about that for both the David Ricardo and Adam Smith's division for the National Economics Challenge China. So before I bring our two teams up for that, for the Ricardo division, I first want to introduce and thank our wonderful guest judges. They are you can see their bios, long bios in the program, but they are Kristen Dickey, finance executive, private investor, and incredible friend of CEE, and Michael Extuck, senior vice president of Sirtara Consulting Group, and also another wonderful friend of CEE. Our core judges, there are a lot of doctors in this group, Dr. Stephen Buckles, senior lecturer in economics at Vanderbilt University, Dr. Julie Heath, Executive Director, Alpa Professor of Economics, University of Cincinnati, Dr. Jane Lopez, Director, Center for Economic Education, California State University, and not a doctor, but a colonel, Dick Rankin, and a former winning coach in the NEC and now president of Wounded Warrior Ohana. Our judges are responsible for confirming our contestants' responses and will have the final say on the accuracy of an answer. So don't look at me, I'm just a lowly MBA. Before we introduce the teams, I'd like to roll a clip of the SKT Education Group that highlights our partnership and CEE's National Economics Challenge in China. John, you want to roll the video? have to tell you, the China finals are a really great competition. I had the opportunity to be in Shanghai last year. This year, it was attended by Chris Caltabiano, Chief Program Officer, and our scorekeeper today. So you'll be hearing him say a lot of numbers today. So without further ado, let's get started with the David Ricardo division. This division includes students who have taken no more than one introductory economics class. So teams, I invite you to come on stage, and they are the Shanghai High School International Division and the Shanghai Starriver Bilingual School. Come on up. Okay, I'm going to give you the opportunity to introduce yourselves in just a moment, but first I'm going to review the rules, although I know you've watched all of the videos and know them. So, whoever buzzes in for a question will be considered the team spokesman for that particular question and must give the final answer. Team members may buzz in at any time while the question is being read. However, should they buzz in before the entire question has been read, I will stop reading the question. The team may not confer, and within 5 seconds, the person who buzzed in must answer based solely on the information he or she has heard up to that point. If a team member buzzes in after the entire question is read, the team has 15 seconds to confer and then give a response. If the team answers incorrectly, I'll read the entire question again. The other team will have 15 seconds to respond, and any team member can give the final answer. Audience members, I encourage all of you to root for your favorite team, but please don't shout out any answers. I know the kids probably know them. The adults, you probably won't get any of them anyway, so, except maybe a few of our judges. Before we begin, I would like to give the two teams the opportunity to introduce themselves. So we're going to start at the far end with Aaron. I'm going to ask you to take your hand buzzer, test it, say your name, and tell us a fun fact about yourself. So Aaron, why don't we start with you?
Good morning. My name is Aaron Zhang, and I enjoy being the deadweight loss of my team.
I'm Andrew Pei, and I am the negative externality of this team.
I'm Stanley Hong, and I'm the profit-maximizing monopoly in this team.
And I am Yuki Amemiya, and I'm the much-needed government intervention to solve all of this.
Okay, we'll continue on this side.
Hi everyone, I'm Shirley Shao, and the fun fact about me is I love economics. Thanks.
Wait, can you repeat your, excuse me, could you just repeat your name?
Shirley Shao,
Thank you.
oh.
My name is Phil, and a fun fact about me is I grew up in Singapore.
Hi everyone, I'm Renting Zhang, and a fun fact about me is I love avocados 3000.
Renting, can you please hit your buzzer? Hit your buzzer, please.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
My name is Liu Zhao, and I love to play soccer.
Okie dokie, we're going to get going. Just remember, some of these questions have two parts. Can you take your badges off? 'Cause that way you look slicker for the cameras. Just pull them off. Thanks. Excellent. So just remember, some of the questions will have two parts, and some of them you may need to have your pencils at the ready. So let's just get going. First question, what is it called when the value of a domestic currency falls?
Depreciation.
So next time, let me intervene first. Starriver, Phil, you have 5 seconds. You may not confer.
Depreciation.
That's correct.
For those of you who didn't get that right away, I'll read the entire question. What is it called when the value of a domestic currency falls relative to the currencies of other countries when the exchange rate is fixed? Second question. What economist introduced the idea of elasticity?
Guess what? Guess what? Are you sure? Yeah. Just whatever.
Shanghai International, you have 15 seconds to answer. You may confer.
I'm guessing free. Not free. Can yes.
We need your answer.
Alfred Marshall.
That is correct.
No, that's teamwork.
And the score is now 1-1.
Question number 3. In what country is OPEC, the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries?
Shanghai Starriver, Phil, you have 5 seconds. You may not confer.
Saudi Arabia.
That's incorrect.
In what country is OPEC, the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, headquartered?
Headquarters. Vienna, Austria.
Which country, right?
You speak up into the mic, please.
Vienna, Austria.
That's correct.
Yeah.
2-1, Shanghai International.
We're now pleased to present a video question. It will be asked by Mary Daly, President and CEO of the Federal Reserve Bank of San Francisco. John?
Explain the difference between deflation and disinflation, and which is of great...
Nice.
Starriver.
No.
Excuse me, my mistake. Shanghai International, Andrew, you have 5 seconds. You may not confer.
Deflation is the decreasing overall price level. Disinflation is the slowly rising price level. Price level rises slowly.
That's correct. Nan, will you read the whole questions for everybody's benefit? Oh, it's a two-parter. Ooh.
Great. So,
How does that work?
so it goes to the other team.
Oh,
Okay.
So
But
that
I
was
will, I will read the entire
So
question.
that was incorrect? That was
that was
incorrect.
my mistake. I didn't realize it was a two-parter.
Explain the difference between deflation and disinflation, and which is of greater concern for economic stability.
Oh. Nice. It's okay.
Deflation.
Two parts. Wait,
Uh,
what's it?
Okay. So the deflation means the decrease in the price level, and the disinflation, which means is the price level increasing at the decreasing rate. And the second question is deflation.
That's correct.
So just to confirm, we are now tied 2-2.
Question 5. What organization was created to replace GATT?
Shanghai Starriver, Phil, you have 5 seconds. You may not confer.
The World Trade Organization.
That's correct.
Question 6. If the price of a Boeing airplane increases, but everything else in the economy stays the same, what will be the direct effect on the CPI and on the GDP deflator?
Wait, buzz first. 15 seconds.
Shanghai International, you have 15 seconds. You may confer.
Can I answer?
Yes,
Yeah.
go ahead. Into the mic.
CPI does not change and GDP deflator increases.
Yes, well done.
The score remains tied 3-3 on to question 7.
Excellent. Close match. Question 7. Assuming a floating exchange rate, what will happen to GDP if a country engages in expansionary fiscal policy?
Shanghai International, you have 15 minutes, 15 seconds, you may confer.
What? Oh, interest rate structure. Oh, floating exchange. Wait, but expansionary fiscal policy, you're going to increase interest rate. So it's indeterminate.
We need your answer.
It's indeterminate.
Can you say that differently?
Ambiguous.
Good vocabulary. Sorry. Starriver?
I should read the question again, right?
Yeah, well, you read.
Assuming a floating exchange rate, what will happen to GDP if a country engages in expansionary fiscal policy?
The GDP decrease.
No. Sorry, incorrect.
So it is
The correct answer would be fiscal policy would be weakened or nothing.
Nothing.
Score remains 3-3. On to question 8.
This is another question brought to us on video by Mary C. Daly, President and CEO of the Federal Reserve Bank of San Francisco.
When using the monetary policy tool of open market operations, explain what the Federal Open Market Committee would expect an open market purchase of bonds to have.
Starriver, Phil, you have 5 seconds.
A purchase of government securities, for example, bonds, will increase the money supply, which will lead to a decrease in nominal interest rates, which will boost consumption and investment, which will lead to a rightward shift in aggregate demand, a higher price level, and higher real GDP.
Just in case.
If he's blitzing.
But excessive immigration.
It's a terrific answer, but you missed the second part of the question. Why don't we
Sure.
Nan, reread the question?
When using the monetary policy tool of open market operations, explain what the Federal Open Market Committee would expect an open market purchase of bonds to have on the supply of reserves and the federal funds rate.
Federal funds rate. Federal funds rate, no change.
No, more money supply, they will be more willing to lend, so decrease.
Sure. Oh, yeah, it makes sense because Fed fund is like interest rate.
Decrease,
And
increase.
what is the what is the first part?
Reserves.
Sure.
Increase.
We need your answer.
Increase and then decrease.
Can you specify which is doing what to what? Please?
Total reserve increases, federal funds rate decreases.
That's correct.
Score is 4-3. Shanghai High School International Division.
I have
Question number 9. Okay.
do all video questions have 2 parts, or? Okay, never mind.
It's part of the game. What is an ad valorem tax?
Starriver?
An ad valorem tax is based upon the value of the taxed good.
That's correct.
We could have gone with that.
Score is now tied 4-4 going into question 10.
What economist, what economist is associated with the permanent income hypothesis?
Starriver, you have 15 seconds to confer.
Just guess.
Is it Keynes?
Keynes?
Keynes. Sorry.
No.
Sure.
Dan, do you want to reread the question?
Yeah, sure.
What economist is associated with the permanent income hypothesis?
David Ricardo.
No, I'm afraid that's incorrect. The correct answer is Milton Friedman.
Oh, Friedman. Nice.
Score remains 4-4. Question 11.
What name is given to the following cycle? Deflation leads to an increase in real money balances.
Starriver, Phil, you have 5 seconds to answer.
Deflationary spiral.
I'm afraid that's incorrect.
What name is given to the following cycle? Deflation leads to an increase in real money balances, which increases consumer spending, increasing incomes, leading to an increase in GDP.
Anyone?
Need your answer. Need your answer.
Business cycle.
Otherwise known as the Pinghe effect.
Tough one. It continues to be 4-4 at question 12, halfway.
That's right. But it's always good to take a shot. That's what they told us on the math team. Take a guess. Okay, question 12. The sale of fireworks increases in the weeks before Independence Day celebrations. Likewise, the sale of fresh blueberries increases in the first few weeks of summer, same time. In the case of fireworks, the price increases. In the case of blueberries, the price decreases. Why is there a difference in the movement of price in these two cases?
Starriver, you have 15 seconds. You may confer.
我觉得应该是因为 demand，
一个东西 What? No. What is the difference between increase and
price? But for
decrease?
people, the supply increase.
Increase 是因为 demand.
Need your answer?
For the first example, in Christmas, the demand increases, so the price increases. But in the second example, the supply increases, so the price decreases.
That's correct.
Okay, we are at the halfway point, and we have a nail biter. It's Shanghai Starriver 5, Shanghai International 4.
Question 13. Where is the periodical The Economist published?
Starriver, you have 15 seconds. You may confer.
Shanghai, China.
The Economist.
I think that's that easy.
Just take a guess. Can I answer?
Yeah.
Yes?
Is it New York?
No, I'm afraid it's not.
Where is the periodical The Economist published?
London.
That's correct.
5-5.
You can tell because it has all those little funny E's at the end of every word.
Yes.
We good? Okay. Country A has a Gini coefficient of 0.7, and country B a coefficient of 0.2. What country has the more unequal?
Yang,
No.
Starriver. Oh, yes.
Yep.
Starriver, Yang, you have 5 seconds to answer the question.
Country A.
That's correct. Nan, will you recite the whole question?
Country A has a Gini coefficient of 0.10, and country B has a coefficient of 0.2. What country has the more unequal income distribution?
Okay, Starriver is now up 6-5. On to question 15.
Assume that a monopolist practices perfect price discrimination. What is the value of consumer surplus in...
No.
Shanghai International, Andrew, you have 5 seconds.
0.
Yep. Thank you.
That was correct?
Yes, that
Okay,
was
then we
correct.
are now at 6-6.
The last word was case. Don't think we have to reread that one. Okay. Think about the following 4 cost curves: average fixed cost, average variable cost, average total cost, and marginal cost. If the government imposes a lump sum tax on producers,
Starriver Yang, you have 5 seconds to answer the question.
And the ATC change and the MC doesn't change.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that? I didn't hear you.
Marginal cost curve doesn't change, and the ATC average total cost change.
No, I'm afraid that's not the answer. Now, will you repeat the whole question?
think about the following 4 cost curves: average fixed cost, average variable cost, average total cost, and marginal cost. If the government imposes a lump sum tax on producers, which of these curves would shift?
Average, fixed, and total. Total increase. Average fixed cost and average total cost.
That's correct.
Well done. We now have 7-6 in favor of Shanghai High School International Division.
And I'd just like to remind the teams that if you buzz in early, you may not confer, and that even means the people talking behind the person who's trying to answer the question. Question 17. The distribution of diamonds is often used as an example of a monopoly. Which country is the largest provider?
Starriver Phil, you have 5 seconds. You may not confer.
South Africa.
That's incorrect.
The distribution of diamonds is often used as an example of a monopoly. Which country is the largest provider by volume of diamonds?
Egypt. Russia.
Need your answer?
Shanghai International?
Lesotho?
Excuse me?
Lesotho?
No, it's Russia.
They were whispering about that.
Yeah, he was joking.
Unfortunately, you can't replay that one. It
Yep,
continues
yep.
to be 7-6, Shanghai High School International Division, going into question 18.
When a country's central bank increases the money's supply to such an extent that its currency falls rapidly, what is it called?
Shanghai International, you have 15 seconds. You may confer.
Hyperinflation.
That's correct.
Answer for the question.
Okay, 8-6.
Question 19. If a trading partner with the U.S. experiences a recession, what will be the effect on U.S. exports and GDP?
Starriver, you have 15 seconds. You may confer.
Exports and both exports and GDP fall.
That's correct.
Score is now 8-7, continuing to be in favor of Shanghai High School International. Question 20.
This is a close one. Question 20. If a trading partner with U.S. experiences a recession, reducing net exports for the U.S. by $10 billion, and the marginal propensity to consume is 0.75,
Starriver Phil, you have 5 seconds. You may not confer.
40 billion.
That's correct. wait 1 second. 40 billion is correct. Which way?
Decrease.
There you go.
We are now tied 8-8 with 4 questions remaining.
Let's go.
You don't need your pencils for this one.
Audience, please.
What grocery chain did Amazon acquire?
Starriver, you have 15 seconds. You may confer.
Whole Foods. Oh, wait, what? Oh, wait, 15? Okay, never mind, I just answered it.
And you're correct.
Shanghai Starriver is now in the lead, 9-8. 9-8 with 3 questions remaining.
Question 22. The social value of a good is greater than the private value of a good under what circumstances?
Phil, 5 seconds. You may not confer.
When it has a positive externality. Oh,
Yep.
wait, can I?
Oh, you're right. But but did you have a question? Did you want to ask something?
Oh, no, it's fine. It's fine.
Sometimes less is more. I just didn't get out the last syllable on that. Under
Okay.
what circumstances?
So we are at 10-8, Shanghai Starriver with 2 questions remaining.
Oh my goodness. Deep breath, everybody. Under what system is the accumulation of gold and silver?
Starriver, Phil, you have 5 seconds.
The gold standard, which was the gold standard.
Nope.
Okay.
Please ask the question again, Nan.
Okay. Under what system is the accumulation of gold and silver the determination of wealth for a nation or country?
Feudal system. No, it was like the Spanish periods. I'll say feudal. It was the one where they collected.
We need your answer.
Feudal system.
Feudal.
That's incorrect.
I have a question.
It was mercantilism.
The what?
And the
The
score,
system was called mercantilism.
mercantilism.
Where they stored gold and silver in their banks.
So
Oh my god.
We have a winner.
we have a winner.
We do. We have a winner. Shanghai Starriver Bilingual School is our David Ricardo China champions.
I want to thank both teams for a fantastic round. It was super close, and you both did a fantastic job. Thank you so much. Can we have another round of applause for the teams? And then we're just going to take a moment to reset for the Adam Smith round. So Adam Smith teams, be at your ready. This division includes students enrolled in some of the hardest classes, advanced placement, international baccalaureate, and honors classes. So I'd like to ask everybody to take their seats, figure out if they're going to be in or out, hopefully in, to watch their fellow competitors. And with that, I'd like to invite the 2 Adam Smith divisions to come on stage. We have the Basis International School from Guangzhou and the Shanghai Pinghe School. Come on up. Okay, just in case you weren't paying attention a few minutes ago, I'm going to review the rules again, and also for the judges. So whoever buzzes in for a question will be considered the team spokesperson for that particular question and must give the final answer. Team members may buzz in at any time while the question is being read. However, if you buzz in before that question has been read, I'll stop reading the question, You may not confer, not at all, and within 5 seconds, the person who buzzed in must answer based solely on the information he or she has heard up to that point. If a team member buzzes in after the entire question is read, the team has 15 seconds to confer and give a response. If the team answers incorrectly, I'll reread the entire question. The other team will have 15 seconds to respond, and any team member can give the final answer. Okay, I'd like to give the teams an opportunity to introduce themselves. So we're going to start all the way on my right. I can't actually see your sign from here. So hit the buzzer, tell us your name and something fun about yourself.
So my name is David Wong. My name is David Wong, and I'm an inspiring rapper. I drop beats like Ben Bernanke drops interest rates.
Okay, my name is Edward Law, and is it hot in here or is it just the economy? Someone turn on some contractionary policy. I can't stand another quarter above full employment.
My name is Eric Chen. We're all freshmen, but like bonds, our true value is reached in maturity.
I'm Yinting Wang, and unlike them, I don't have that fancy intro. I'm just I'm an avid gamer, so if you have a Steam account, come add me later.
And we'll continue over here.
I'm Jiagu Sun, and a fun fact about me is that I'm wearing my mom's belt, so thanks, Mom.
My name is Jiaming Shi, and I was standing here in the international round last year.
My name is Jechi Bai, and I love CNBC Squat Box.
My name is Winnie Fan, and this is my first time to New York City.
Wonderful. Well, I also have my mom's ring on today, so we got a lot of mom stuff going on. Okay, remember, some of the questions have 2 parts, just a reminder. And I see we have a lot of pork up here, ham on stage here, but you guys over here are gonna have to compete with my chief program officer on the joke front. He's pretty funny when he's not keeping score, which he does very seriously. Okay, first question, are we ready? Judges are ready? Excellent. Senator James Reed was the deciding vote to pass the Federal Reserve Act 100 years ago. As a result, his state is the only one with 2 Federal Reserve banks. Which state?
Guangzhou, you have 15 seconds. You may confer.
Illinois.
That is incorrect. Nan, would you reread the question?
Yes. Senator James Reed was the deciding vote to pass the Federal Reserve Act 100 years ago. As a result, his state is the only one with 2 Federal Reserve banks. Which state?
New York.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is Missouri.
Tough way to start. It's actually 0-0, scorekeeper. Thank you, 0-0.
Second question. Karl Marx wrote Das Kapital and the Communist Manifesto. Who helped him write?
Edward, you have 5 seconds. You may not confer.
Frederick Engels.
That is correct.
And the rest of the question was, who helped him write the Communist Manifesto? Question 3. The largest stock market in the world is the New York Stock Exchange. What is the second largest?
Jiaming, you have 5 seconds. You may not confer.
London Stock Exchange market.
That is incorrect. Nan, would you reread the question, please?
The largest stock market in the world is the New York Stock Exchange. What is the second largest?
Tokyo.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is the NASDAQ.
Go figure.
New York Stock Exchange. Oh, yeah.
Score remains 1-0 basis.
And our fourth question is a video question brought to us again by Mary Daly, President and CEO of the Federal Reserve Bank of San Francisco.
The voting members of the FOMC consists of
Basis, you have 15 seconds and you may confer.
7 members of the Board of Governors, the Fed Chair of New York, and 4 other.
The 7 members of the Board of Governors, the Fed Chair of New York, and 4 other Fed chairs.
That is correct.
Score is now 2-0 basis.
Question 5. Consider an output level where the short-run marginal cost curve is rising and lies just below the average variable cost curve. Will the average variable cost curve be rising, falling, or indeterminate?
Shanghai, you have 15 seconds. You may confer.
15 seconds?
Yes, that's correct.
It's decreasing.
That is correct.
Score is now 2-1 basis going into question 6.
Both teams on the board. What is the financial contract whereby the buyer makes periodic payments to the seller and in return receives a payoff if an underlying financial instrument fails or defaults?
Didn't work.
You're buzzing.
What,
Wait,
can
I'm
we
sorry,
can we do a?
I think
We had problems too, so we don't know.
We pressed like a few times.
Okay.
I would suggest skipping the question.
I think Basis has the.
Well, yeah, we'll
we
test the
should
buzzer.
ignore the question and move
Yeah.
on to the next question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're first gonna test all the buzzers
Yeah,
again
why
though.
don't
So
we
let's
just- yeah,
let's
why don't we
start on the
just-
left.
Yeah.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Keep going.
Next one.
Jamming.
Next.
Okay, so the buzzers are working now. We'll ignore that question, move on to the next question.
So question 6 we are throwing out.
Yes.
And
For
we're
the
going on-
fans out there, those were credit default
Yeah,
swaps.
the answer was credit default swap, but we'll ignore that question. Question 7, please.
You may need your pencils for this one. Assume your nominal salary is rising at 12% and inflation is at 3%.
Basis, you have 5 I'm sorry, Edward, you have 5 seconds. You may not confer.
Real wage rises by 9%.
Well, this was a 2-part question, and you only got the first part. Nan, would you reread the question
Sure.
for Shanghai?
Assume your nominal salary is rising at 12% and inflation is at 3%. What is your annual rate of real income growth, and how long will it take your real income to double?
Shanghai?
The growth rate of real wage is 9%, and it takes roughly 8 years for it to double.
That is correct.
2-2 on to question 8.
There you go. Perfect. Thank you. Much better.
And this is our last video question for the morning, again from Mary Daly.
What is the name for the rate the Federal Reserve charges on short-term lending?
Basis, Edward, you have 5 seconds to answer the question. You may not confer.
The discount rate.
This was a 2-part question. Nan, would you reread? I guess we should.
What is,
should
oh,
we
I got
replay
it. What is the name of the rate the Federal Reserve charges on short-term lending to financial institutions, and which body must approve changes to this rate?
Need your answer.
Discount rate, and the Board of Governors must approve this.
That is correct.
Okay, Shanghai Pinghe up now, 3-2. On to question 9.
There's a question?
May I test my buzzer?
Sure.
I think there's a. Okay, no.
Both teams are quite quick on these. Okay, another one for your pencils. If an airline, thank you, lowers its fare from $400 to $360, and tickets sold increase from 1,000 to 1,090, will total revenue rise, fall, or remain the same?
Edward, I'm sorry. Jagu, you have 5 seconds. You may not confer.
No
Need your answer.
We need your answer. No.
Rise.
I'm sorry. There was a 2-part question here. You want to answer the first part? Well, I'm not going to say that.
Okay, if an airline lowers its fare from $400 to $360, and tickets sold increase from 1,000 to 1,090, will total revenue rise, fall, or remain the same? And what will be the description of the price elasticity of demand?
Basis, you have 15 seconds.
Fall inelastic.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? Fall and?
Inelastic.
Inelastic. That is correct.
We are tied 3-3 going into question 10.
Assume, ceteris paribus, the U.S. experiences a faster increase in real interest rates compared to Mexico. What will be the impact on employment in Mexico?
Shanghai, you have 15 seconds. You may confer.
The employment in Mexico will increase.
That is correct.
4-3, Shanghai Pinghe. Question 11.
Another one for the pencils. If the average cost for a firm of producing 5 cars is $30,000, and the average cost for the same firm of producing 6 cars is $31,000, what is the marginal cost?
Edward, you have 5 seconds. You may not confer.
The marginal cost is 1,000.
That is incorrect.
Wait.
If the average cost for a firm of producing 5 cars is $30,000, and the average cost for the same firm of producing 6 cars is $31,000, what is the marginal cost of the 6th car?
Shanghai, you have 15 seconds.
We need your answer? Need your answer?
We need your answer.
We need your answer.
Now.
$3,600.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is 36,000 answers.
We stay 4-3, Shanghai Pinghe.
Assume, question 12. Assume GDP falls by 80 million because of an increase of 20 million in taxes. What is the marginal propensity?
Wenyu, you have 5 seconds. You may not confer.
The marginal propensity to is zero. Wait, marginal propensity to consume is 0.8, and the marginal propensity to save is 0.2.
That is correct.
Okay, we are at the halfway mark, and the score is 5-3, another close one for with Shanghai Pinghe in the lead.
Question 13. What famous economist won the John Bates Clark Medal in 1951 and the Nobel Prize in Economics in 1976 and wrote the book Free to Choose?
Jiaming, you have 5 seconds. You may not confer.
15, let him read.
Yeah, I'm sorry, 15 seconds. You may confer.
Milton Friedman.
That is correct.
Score is now 6-3, Shanghai Pinghe.
Question 14. The Coase theorem can be used to solve problems, conflicts of what nature?
I'm sorry, I can't see your name over there. Wing, Eric.
Is it 15?
You have 15 seconds. You may confer.
Externalities.
That is correct.
Yinting, can you move your name tag just up a little bit so that the judges can see it?
Thank you.
Great, thank you. The score is now 6-4, Shanghai Pinghe.
Question 15. Assume the reserve requirement is 10% and the Federal Reserve sells $2 million in bonds to member banks. By how much have member banks' reserves changed?
Basis, you have 15 seconds. You may confer.
Reserves increased by 20 million.
That is incorrect.
Assume the reserve requirement is 10% and the Federal Reserve sells $2 million in bonds to member banks. By how much have members' banks' reserves changed?
$2 million.
Which way?
Increase.
That is incorrect. It will decrease by 2 million.
Question 16, the score stays 6-4.
The characteristic of money means its value This characteristic of money means its value depends on its acceptance rather than any intrinsic worth, and it has the same name as an Italian car.
Shanghai, you have 15 seconds. You may confer.
Fiat money.
Fiat money.
That is correct.
Score is now 7-4, Shanghai Pinghe. Yep, you're working, don't worry. Question 17.
When long-term interest rates are lower than short-term interest rates, the situation is known as?
Shanghai, you have 15 seconds. You may confer.
We need your answer.
Is it arbitrage?
That is incorrect.
When long-term interest rates are lower than short-term interest rates, the situation is known as?
Need your answer.
Inverted bond yield curve.
That is correct.
Okay, the score is 7-5. We have 7 questions remaining.
Question 18. What are the 3 reasons the aggregate demand curve slopes?
Jiaming, you have 5. I'm
Wait,
sorry.
wait.
I can't see who buzzed in over there. Was it Eric?
That one's flashing.
Yeah,
Yes.
that means they were second. So, but yours didn't go on. So, Eric, you have 5 seconds. You may not confer.
The interest rate affects the foreign purchases effect and the wealth effect.
That is correct.
Eric, please buzz again.
Can you just hit your buzzer again, Eric?
Please buzz again, Eric.
Okay.
I think ours was.
But you were buzzing. Yours was beeping. The solid one goes first. So
Yeah, yours was flashing.
yours was flashing. That
flashing
means
one
you're the
second,
second
yeah.
respondent.
Question 19. The political center for the European Union is located in Brussels.
Yinting, you have 5 seconds. You may not confer.
We need your answer.
No answer.
The political center for the European Union is located in Brussels, Belgium. Where is the financial center for the European Union located?
London.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is Frankfurt.
Okay, the score is Shanghai Pinghe 7, basis 6. We are going to question 20.
Question 20.
20.
In 1997, which country was added to the Group of 7, or G7, to form the G8?
Basis, you have 15 seconds. You may confer.
Russia.
That is correct.
So the lesson is, when in doubt, the answer is Russia. We
Clearly.
are tied 7-7, going in with 4 remaining.
Awesome. What do economists call an optimal solution whereby it cannot be improved for any of the...
Winting, you have 5 seconds. You may not. I'm sorry, Eric. You have 5 seconds. You may not confer.
Pareto efficiency.
That is correct. Or Pareto. Pareto optimality is a more common term.
For those of you who don't know what that is, it's cannot be improved for any of the parties without hurting at least one of the other participants or criteria.
So we are at 8-7 with 3 questions remaining. We're going to 24 questions for this round. So we have 3 questions remaining. Basis is up 8-7.
For natural monopoly in the relevant range of production with a marginal cost equal to $35, what do we know about the value of the average total cost?
Shanghai, you have 15 seconds. You may confer. Shanghai, we need your answer.
It's higher than 15.
That is incorrect.
Higher than 35, sorry.
Oh, that is correct.
No. She gave the wrong answer.
She gave the wrong. Okay.
She gave the wrong answer.
So, yeah, the answer is incorrect.
For,
Why not?
but now you've.
Yeah.
I think we have to toss this one.
Toss the question. Yeah, make your. When we ask for your answer, please give us one answer, and think about the answer before you give it, so you don't give it and then realize it wasn't the one you wanted to give. So let's throw that question out. Go to the next one.
Chris, score?
8-7. Basis continues to be in the lead.
Okay.
Do 2 questions left.
In 2010, the Federal Reserve began buying long-term debt instead of only short-term debt in a practice known as what?
Shanghai, you have 15 seconds. You may confer.
Risk diversifying.
Can you speak up, please? Can you speak into the microphone?
Risk diversion.
That is incorrect.
In 2010, the Federal Reserve began buying long-term debt instead of only short-term debt in a practice known as what?
You need your answer?
Basis, we need your answer.
Perpetuation.
Sorry, that is incorrect. The correct answer is quantitative easing.
How soon we forget.
Why is that long term?
Okay, basis 8, Shanghai 7, final question of regulation.
What is the likely impact on the value of its currency on the foreign exchange market for a country imposing tariffs?
Basis, you have 15 seconds. You may confer.
Appreciate.
That is correct.
Yeah. And with that,
we have
a winner. We have a winner. Basis International is the China Round Adam Smith champions. Congratulations.
Well, congratulations to both of our teams, and thanks again to SKT. And I look forward in particular to these rounds again next year.
All right, everybody, let's give it up one more time for the National Economics Challenge China finalists. It's time to give out some well-deserved rewards. So first, let's bring up the David Ricardo second place team, Shanghai High School International Division. That team consists of Eric Zhang, Stanley Hong, Yuki Yamameya, and Andrew Pei. Congratulations. And one more round of applause for Shanghai High School. And now the first place David Ricardo team, Shanghai Starriver Bilingual School. Come on up. Shanghai Starriver includes Chunjia Xia, Phil Hua, Yang Zhao, and Runtin Zhang. Come on, let's hear it for our first place David Ricardo team in the China edition of the Economics Challenge. Now, Adam Smith, second place, come up, Shanghai Pinghe School of China. We're welcoming to the stage Whitney Fan, Yagusun, Yaming Xia, and Gyatsi Bai. Congratulations. Excellent. One more round of applause for Shanghai Pinghe. And finally, our first place Adam Smith team for 2019. Please welcome to the stage Basis International School of Guangzhou. Guangzhou includes Edward Hua, Yiting Wang, Eric Chen, and Zilua Wang. Congratulations. Come on, let's hear it for our first place Adam Smith team. What a well-deserved win. Congratulations to Guangzhou and all teams. And now, it's lunchtime. We'll see you in an hour.